Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. A couple weeks ago I created a 30-minute video on Pinterest and I received some requests to also make summary videos just focusing on the scorecard and a quick overview of the valuation. So that is what I'm going to do today. Also my face on here for the first time to make it a little more personal, and I'll try to keep this video under 10 minutes. So first, what is the main purpose of Pinterest? Well, Pinterest's mission is to help people discover the things they love and inspire them to do those things in their daily lives. So basically they help people find inspiration. And currently they only make money on the platform via advertisements in the shape of pins, but in the near future they also might generate revenue via the e-commerce activities. And with 430 million monthly active users and increasing popularity among Gen Z and millennials, it's getting more and more interesting for companies to advertise on Pinterest. And let's dive in with the scorecard to see if I can keep it under 10 minutes. But for more details, please watch the full video. The scorecard contains of 5 sections. You have the financials, culture, mode, potential and risk. So let's start with the financials. Pinterest has around 250 million in debt, which is not really a lot, a company the size of Pinterest. But they even have around 1.5 billion in cash, so they could easily just pay off all the debt at once if they wanted to. But with the current interest rates and Pinterest growth objectives, it's better if they invest the money back into the company. But it's good to know that they could if they wanted to. Now, the total debt to equity ratio is 8.3, which gives it 8 points. The current ratio is over 12, which gives it 3 points. The return on invested capital was 11.4% in 2021, which gives it 8 points. And the return on invested capital is clearly growing over the years, so 2 points. They are free cash flow positive, 2 points. The free cash flow percentage of the EBITDA is more than 75%, so 3 points for that. The capex percentage of the free cash flow is close to 0, so 3 points. We give them a total of 29 points out of 33, which is a great score for the financials. Now, let's continue with the culture section. The CEO experience track record. The CEO of Pinterest is Ben Silbermann. He's also the founder of Pinterest, so you're going to get full points for that. I trust the CEO to act with integrity. Well, in all the interviews, conference calls, and everything I've seen from him, I trust him completely, so I'm not going to deduct any points here. The CEO pay compensation is reasonable and based on long-term success. Well, his base salary is reasonable. The option packages, they are also based on long-term success. But the amount, I think it's quite a lot what he's receiving. So I'm going to score this in the middle with 0 points. Skin in the game. I think he owns around 37% of Pinterest still, so that's worth billions. He definitely have a lot of skin in the game. The management ratings, well, the overall score is very good. The CEO approval is also high, and people would recommend it to a friend. So getting full points for the management ratings, 7 points. The mission statement we already saw before the mission. Is it simple, inspirational, and it provides optionality? Well, yes on all 3 of them. So I'm going to give them 4 points. There is no insider buying and there's no hedge funds or institutional companies that are buying shares of Pinterest. So that gives them 0 points. And 23 points for the culture section, which is a decent score. Now for the mode, I give them 7 points for the network effect. I give them 3 points for the switching costs. I don't think there's a lot of switching costs for the users of Pinterest. Maybe for the pins they save over time, but that's very weak. But for the creators on Pinterest, there's definitely some switching costs, so that's why 3 points. The durable cost advantage, because of the scale of Pinterest, I think it's really difficult for new companies or for competitors to do the same as they're doing. So there's definitely some mode there, give them 5 points. Then for the intangibles, I think this is Pinterest's strongest mode. They have a premium brand. I think a lot of people who look for inspiration, they directly go to Pinterest. So that's why 10 points. And for counter positioning, I give them 1 point. Basically because Pinterest really thrives on positive energy, and a lot of their competitors and other platforms, they thrive on the opposite. So that's why 1 point. And then for the current resource, I give them 0 points. It gives them a total of 26 points for the mode section, which is definitely a strong mode. Now, for the potential, I think they have tons of optionality. They already working on AR, VR, they already working on e-commerce, they expanding in new regions. And in general, with a platform of more than 430 million monthly active users, you have a lot of optionality to put it to work. So give them 6 points for that. Now for the risk section, I'm not going to deduct any points. There's no customer concentration, there's no energy disruption, and I also don't think there's a binary event coming. This gives them a total of 84 points and a score of 82, which is well within my investing range and a really great score in general. Now on to the valuation. For the valuation, I use the discounted cash flow method and like to build in a margin of safety before the margin of safety. This means that I fill in everything quite conservative to make sure that I don't make too crazy assumptions. And for the revenue, I have the revenue increasing in the mid-20s for the first full year and increasing to 13% at the end of 2031. It gives us the revenue of around 14.5 billion. The gross profit is increasing over the years and I have it increasing all the way to 84.5% at the end of the valuation. And that makes it the EBITDA margin is also increasing from 15.1% to more than 36% at the end of 2031. The shares have been increasing to 930 million and I'm using a 20x EBITDA terminal value, which gives it the market cap of 112 billion in 2031 with a share price of 120.6, and if we use a discount rate of 12% with a margin of safety of 25%, the fair value is 32.83, which makes that Pinterest now is around 25% undervalued. I hold shares of Pinterest myself and I will continue to monitor their process closely. Quite excited about their future and their optionalities. That already brings us to the end of this video. I tried to do it within 10 minutes. Well, I definitely managed to do that. And let me know what your thoughts are on the short concept. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And press the like button to help me out. And thanks for watching and bye for now.